You're way too drunk to use a shotgun.
How you load it?
Don't. Just set it down. You're too drunk.
Loaded? It's loaded.
Why are you using a knife?
I ain't loaded. You shoot it? Oh.
You may have found this video funny, but in all reality, someone could have been injured or killed. My name is William Atchley, and today I'm going to talk to you about the importance of child firearm education, basic firearm rules for children and adults, and how to store your firearms properly. Let's take a look into why child firearm safety education is important for everyone. Child firearm education is the first step to prevent accidental casualties or injuries in my eyes. According to Children's Defense Fund, in 2002, more children were killed by improper use of firearms than law enforcement officers were killed in 2005. They attribute this to improper control and education of firearms. Nearly 2/3 of firearm-owning parents with children believe they keep their firearms safe away from their children. However, 70 to 80% of children know where their parents keep their firearms, according to LawRx.com. A survey of 150 teachers conducted by the Journal of School Health to see if firearm education should be taught to pre-K through first grade students. The results showed that 62% of the teachers agreed, 13% disagreed, and 25% had no opinion. 54% of the teachers agreed that law enforcement officer or a military trained professional should conduct this training course. I think this would drastically lower child firearm deaths and injuries. Now that we have looked at firearm education, let's take a look into some basic firearm rules for everyone. General firearm rules will help you and your children to stay safe when handling or storing your firearms. There are a few basic firearm safety rules that all gun owners should abide by. It will keep you and your child safe according to the California State Attorney General. Treat all guns as if they are loaded. Keep your firearm pointed in a safe direction. Keep your finger off the trigger until you are ready to fire. Know your target and its surroundings. Know how to properly operate your weapon. And store your guns safely and securely away from your children. Rules for a child that find a gun should be: stop what they are doing, don't touch it, leave the area, and tell an adult of the location of the firearm. The California State Attorney General says that always storing your firearm safely is the best control measure for child safety. Always store your firearm unloaded, use the firearm safety device, and store the ammo separately from your firearm. Do not store your firearm where it is visible. Do not store it in a nightstand, pillow, or a mattress. Do not store the firearm among your valuables. And consider storing firearms that are not used for self-defense in your home in a secure manner away from your home. We have seen some basic safety rules. Now let's take a look into some ways to store your firearms safely. There are many ways to safely store your firearms in your household. Smith & Wesson adds gun locks to every new purchase gun. The NRA runs ads touting gun safety and control, says O'Connell from the Wall Street Journal. Storing your firearms safely should be your top priority for any gun owner. Using safety devices like a magazine and slide lock will decrease your chance that your child could find and operate your gun. This works by going up through the magazine well and through the slide and back down into a lock. Once you slide this forward, it is impossible to pull the trigger. Another way to keep your firearm safe is a trigger lock. It goes over the trigger housing and guard and prevents the trigger from being pulled. Another thing you can use is a gun safe or a lock box. These lock boxes are fairly cheap. You can get a good one for about $80, and you can just store your pistol in there, close the lid, and lock it up. Storing your firearm away from children should be taken very seriously. Today we have discussed child firearm education, basic firearm rules for adults and children, and how to store your firearm properly. I hope that you enjoyed, and I hope you have a better understanding why it is so important to keep our children safe from our firearms. Thank you, and have a good day.